Welcome, Leo, to your August 2016 general reading. I'll also be weaving in a few love messages during the reading also, as well as posting the mid-month August love readings in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for those. So what are the messages for Leo for the month of August? Okay, sorry, just realised the camera can't get the bottom cards in properly. All right, Leo. So coming into August, there is a sense of new vitality and energy, motivation, ideas. Something has emerged that you've put some energy into. And the emergence of this feels like a gift. And it also feels like it's come on the back of a lot of confusion and muddled thinking, not knowing which way you were headed, or too many options being given to you, or now you have decided on one thing, or you've decided on a course of action, or something has sprouted from the efforts you've put in previously, which is now starting to show promise. And I feel like that whatever this new beginning or new growth is, it probably feels like it's come from an unexpected source. It's an emergence of something new and possibly new learning, and also something to do with children. That's another interpretation, another message that I'm getting is there's maybe someone childlike or to do with children. What you're in the dark about, the second card here relates to what you can't see or what you're in the dark about, what's unclear for you. Look, I'm just relaying messages here, so this may or may not relate to you, but please be patient, because some of the messages, although they might not relate to you, it is valid for other people, so I have to say them. A father figure. Maybe there's been some sort of issues with a father figure, that maybe there's been some distance between the two of you, and now there's growth again, or someone significant in authority in your life, and it can be a male or female, but the Emperor is a very strong male energy. It's a very strong yang energy. It's someone who is a master, who is in control of their destiny and of others also. Maybe you might have felt that you were too controlled by someone or a situation. You felt like a situation had control over you. You couldn't make decisions. You were unclear about your options because it was the box that you were living in, and your viewpoint was very limited. That's just some of the messages I'm getting here. But I feel like with the Ace of Wands, new ideas are emerging or have emerged. And there might be a few new ideas, a few new options available to you, a few areas that are starting to grow or sprout new life, I guess. Why there's been this sort of control, or how you have felt this control, is because you weren't very clear about your options. You weren't very clear about yourself. You weren't clear about your direction or what you wanted. And so when you have too many irons in the fire, we tend to spread our energy thinly. Whereas with the Emperor energy, it's very solid, it's very grounded, it's very focused, and whatever this energy was, it was able to dominate you because you weren't that. You weren't clear or had a sense of identity. And that's another message that I'm getting, a lack of identity. Also, having your head in the clouds, not thinking logically or realistically about something, not being grounded in your thought process, not being stable emotionally. But I feel like that's kind of in the past now. I feel like things are sort of starting to balance out a little bit more. And I feel like you kind of need to own your power in some small way. You need to speak your truth on some level. It could be with this emperor, or whether it's in a relationship or work related or family. It's like you have to show your voice. You have to express yourself in some way, and it may feel like it's childlike in the way it's like you're not quite certain of yourself still as you're expressing yourself. It doesn't feel like you're fully clear or that you're doing it in a balanced way, but it's necessary to take that step. It's like you're learning through this process of communication or expressing yourself in a way. Your advice is the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is one of balance and harmony, and of giving and receiving. So on a physical level, there's a need to balance the giving and receiving of energies. And here it may be that you need to, if this is maybe a strained relationship on some level, you need to be the one that does the offering, to offer some assistance to somebody else. There's a lot of mental energy here, and there's also a lot of infancy, energy of infancy, of childlike learning, of learning something, learning how to communicate, learning how to express one's emotions in a constructive way. It's like one energy has dominated you, and you probably have felt like very constricted and very meek and meager and unable to voice your opinions, or haven't felt strong or balanced. And it's talking about balance. With the Six of Pentacles, it is talking about balance, and it's about giving and receiving. But as well as giving, I also feel like you have to be open to receiving what you need as well. And you also need to ask for what you need. And maybe that's part of this issue. It's something that you need to ask for what you need, and you might need to do it in an unusual way at first. There's a lot of feelings here about communication, how you communicate things, and maybe that's just the message of August for you. It's about communication, trying something new, trying to do something in a new way, and I think that you will embrace it. Finding clarity and single-mindedness, and making an offering or making amends with someone. It may not be received well, but at least you have opened your heart and you are making that effort to bridge a gap with someone. And maybe that someone is too stubborn. If it is a relationship, yes, that other person is quite stubborn, and it may lead to a bit of conflict. But I don't feel like it's a difficult conflict. I think the purpose of this is for you to own your voice, for you to speak your truth and to become the Queen of Cups. She's coming from the heart. She's expressing herself, and she's feeling quite contented and fluid and open emotionally. That's what I feel more so with the Queen of Cups, feeling open emotionally. With the Page of Cups, which is at the base of your reading, or the foundation of your reading, it's kind of like in its infancy. Communication and emotions are in their infancy. Finding new ways to communicate, a possible offering from an unusual source, or an unusual way of approaching a situation emotionally, that will lead to a sense of emotional openness for you. It may not benefit the other person, but it will definitely benefit you to speak your mind and to express yourself in a balanced way, and to do it not in an emotional way. So the communication, whatever it relates to, don't look at it from an emotional perspective. Look at it logically, and look at it in terms of give and take. Try and explain that to the other person on a material level, on a very grounded way. The idea of giving and taking of energy. That's probably the better way to express it to this person who is extremely grounded and possibly even stubborn. I feel a very stubborn energy here. But all of this is for your benefit, to open your heart more and to open to receiving. These two cards for me feel like a receiving of something. Even the Ace of Wands, it's like something's being offered to you. Receiving your own strength, receiving your own inspiration, motivation and guidance, and not feeling like you are overshadowed by somebody else. Work-related, family, relationships, business. It has all those connotations or connections too. Let me just draw a card from Midnight Sun Tarot, which gives me very swift clarity. Getting some additional information for Leo. Yeah. There's another sword. It's an Ace of Sword. Very interesting. It kind of does relate to what I was saying before, and it relates to both the Page of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Kind of in between that, it's like the Ace of Swords for me is overcoming a challenge or an obstacle. You know that there is an obstacle, and you take up the sword willingly, knowing that it needs to be dealt with. It's something that you need to deal with here. In this particular tarot, it feels like it's conquering something, conquering an obstacle of very strong, stubborn energy, or feeling like someone has been overshadowing you, and you're conquering your own lack of clarity with them, and being very clear and forthright and addressing the issue with them head on. And that is the message. Whatever it relates to, you need to address the issue head on, removing all doubts and worries and fears. And this card, the Seven of Cups, feels like, to me, it's like, dithering and lots of different ideas and mulling over this, that, and head in the clouds. There's no clarity here. You need to deal with this issue with clarity, no matter what it pertains to. And when you do that, it will open you up to being the queen. Whether you're a male or a female, it's a very strong but heartfelt emotional energy. It's intuitive, it's receptive, it's creative, it's birthing of something new, but definitely needing to use your intelligence and your impetus to overcome whatever this obstacle is, and you will do it with the right frame of mind and the right approach. I hope that was useful for you, Leo. I'll be uploading the love readings in the next couple of weeks for mid-month August, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.